Hello, Funeral Song. Thank you for the reply. Now, I just don't think that everybody's looking into all the facts. I think you're going with your gut feeling. Now, I never lived in rural Tennessee. I'll bet it's extra rural, but I lived in rural California. Now, we have California laws. I mean, I live way out of the city. I live so far, AAA wouldn't come, but the fire department would come. Okay. And they'd come to get a baby out of your, that got locked in the car. They'll do, whatever, general rescue. Awesome. The state, forestry people, fire people would come. So I don't really know exactly what it's like, but I know what it's like to be unincorporated. I know this is that guy's town. I looked at the road. I've read the newspaper reports in his little town say what road he's on, and I've seen it's 2 miles out. Uh, out from the city from the look of where the houses are. So it might even be less than that. But then again, it could be more because some of those houses that look like they're in the town might not be. There's 8 townships in this county, and many of the other ones don't even offer subscription. The county over and over has voted for this. They're about to vote on it again. The county is pushing subscription. The fire chiefs claim to have been trying to negotiate with the county for 4 years to get a levy to do this. The issue, I don't support the system. Don't go on about the police and stuff like that. I don't support the system. I've said as much. I don't know why people have a block against it or can't hear it or whatever, just want to simplify it. But it's not that complicated. I think it's a travesty. And someone asked me, why do you think he shouldn't have been helped? I never said he shouldn't have been helped. If the firefighters had helped him, more, I would have supported that too. I don't think they should have stolen a truck and drive out when they probably weren't even told about it in the first place when he had called in the dispatch and been refused. I don't believe in blaming them. In the city of South Fulton, I've seen their fire budget. They seem to spend all the money they get. Now, you can say that, oh, well, they're getting paid money, but, there's a neighboring fire chief issued a statement where he said quite the opposite, and that the townships get no money from the county for any kind of fire protection. And you make a good point with the city taxes. Fine, prove that that's how they pay for it. Okay, because they have city property taxes. The county specifically does not levy a property tax for that purpose. See, most places will do that and give a portion to the city that actually has that service that they want to provide. Saves the county money. Not this one. This one, again, is about to vote on it again. Also, no, I'm not a libertarian. As a matter of fact, I'm somewhat of an ecologist and a Smokey the Bear fan. And this fire was an open fire left, unattended by the man's grandson. And then it caught fire in a shed that they couldn't stop a fire. I wonder why that is. What was in the shed? Why was that a fire hazard too? And then his house starts burning. And at that point, no fireman even knew about it. And it's not in the city of Fulton. Now, I don't know if you were getting at what I thought you were getting at, but it did remind me of the fact that, hey, you could be living a couple miles from town. You're basically in that town. That is your town. That's where you shop. You do everything there. And that's kind of what you're saying. Doesn't change the fact that the law, consciously chosen over and over and over again, locally, and in this case in general, is that the city has a city limits. It doesn't matter that people want to grow right out of the city. That's why the land is often more valuable in the city limits, even in a rural area, right? Because there's more services, which is strange considering you have to pay more taxes, and supposedly that's supposed to destroy the value of everything. Or so they think in this kind of place, or am I wrong? Okay, so now the difference here is I think it's a tragedy, you think it's a tragedy. The difference is you blame South Fulton, which is, one of the minority of fire departments that even offers a rural subscription. Okay, trying to pick up the slack, this county government. And a lot of people, I don't know about you, but want to blame the firemen and have called them murderers and things like that. And I blame the proper people responsible, the county government and the state government of Tennessee. Okay, that is exactly who is at fault. Period. And if we do go to a privatized police, we'll have the similar problems. They'll be even sadder and worse, probably. And the fire problem, obviously, could be very tragic and has been. But it will be the system. It will be the people that insist on the system in terms of including the voters. It will be the people that are elected that make the actual choice. The people in charge of the system, not the people that put their life on the line. Right? That's not who it'll be. So, I've read a lot of these documents and the statements. The guy says he forgot. Well, there's some reports that he hadn't been joined up for 3 years. But that could be a misunderstood report, and they're just talking about how they called them 3 times. This is a private service. They have no right to offer this service as a governmental service because it's not in their governmental jurisdiction. But they're allowed to offer it basically akin to a private service. Now, you say if somebody sells a service to your neighbor, you automatically get it as well. That's a difficult thing. You and I both don't think this should be that kind of service. It should be a universal service, funded in a universal way. Okay, I think we both believe that. Now, in the meanwhile, I think the guy's house has to burn to the ground rather than South Fulton give in to an unsustainable situation. That's just what I think. Yeah, everybody deserves that, and et cetera, but that's why we should have the kind of government I advocate, where we would tax for shared infrastructure, especially security infrastructure that has to be shared. Right? So, anyway, thank you for the reply, nonetheless. Oh, I can't click on it.